Hare Krishna to all dear devotees. Hare Krishna Pradip Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, whenever you are ready, you can please start, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Today we are reading 10th Canto, 16th chapter. Krishna chastises the serpent Kalia from text 23 to 32. Text 23. The Lord remained for some time within the coils of the serpent, imitating the behavior of an ordinary mortal. But when he understood that the women, children, and other residents of his village of Gokula were in acute distress because of their love for him, their only shelter and goal of life, he immediately rose up from the bonds of the Kaliya serpent. Text 24. His coils tormented by the expanding body of the Lord, Kaliya released him. In great anger, the serpent then raised his words high and stood still, breathing heavily. His nostrils appeared like vessels for cooking poison, and the staring eyes in his face like firebrands. Thus the serpent looked at the Lord. Text 25. Again and again, Kaliya licked his lips with his bifurcated tongues as he stared at Krishna with a glance full of terrible poisonous fire. But Krishna playfully circled around him just as Garuda would play with a snake. In response, Kalia also moved out, looking for an opportunity to bite the Lord. Text 26. Having severely depleted the serpent's strength with his relentless circling, Sri Krishna, the origin of everything, pushed down Kalia's raised shoulders and mounted his broad serpent heads. Thus Lord Krishna, the original master of all fine arts, began to dance, his, his lotus feet deeply reddened by the touch of the numerous jewels upon the serpents' heads. Text 27. Seeing the Lord dancing, his servants in the heavenly planets, the Gandharvas, Siddhas, Sajas, Charanas, and wives of the demigods, immediately arrived there. With great pleasure, they began accompanying the Lord's dancing by playing drums such as mridangas, panavas, anakas. They also made offerings of songs, flowers, and prayers. Text 28. By my dear king, Kalia had 101 prominent heads, and when one of them would not bow down, Lord Sri Krishna, who inflicts punishment on cruel wrongdoers, would smash that stubborn head by striking it with his feet. Then, as Kalia entered his thrones, he began wheeling his heads around and vomiting ghastly blood from his mouth and nostrils. The serpent thus experienced extreme pain and misery. Text 29. Exuding pain Exuding poisonous waste from his eyes, Kalia would occasionally dare to raise up one of his heads, which would breathe heavily with anger. Then the Lord would dance on it and subdue it, forcing it to bow down with his foot. The demigods took each of these exhibitions as an opportunity to worship him, the primeval personality of Godhead, with showers of flowers. Text 30. My dear King Parikshit, the Lord Krishna's wonderful, powerful dancing trampled and broke all of Kalia's 1,000 hoods. Then the serpent, profusely vomiting blood from his mouth, finally recognized Sri Krishna to be the eternal personality of Godhead, the supreme master of all moving and non moving beings, Sri Narayana. Thus, within his mind, Kalia took shelter of the Lord. Text 31. When Kalia's wives saw how the serpent had become so fatigued with excessive weight of Lord Krishna, who carries the entire universe in his abdomen, and how Kalia's umbrella like hoods have been shattered by the striking of Krishna's heels, they felt great distress. With their clothing, ornaments, and hair scattered in disarray, they approached the eternal personality of Godhead. Text 32. Their minds very much distressed, those saintly ladies placed their heads before them and then bowed down to the Lord of all creatures, laying their bodies flat upon the ground. They desired the liberation of their sinful husband and the shelter of the Supreme Lord, the giver of the ultimate shelter, and thus they folded their hands in supplication and approached him. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Navarupa Shyamsundar Das Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity to share some point. Today we are reading from the Kaliya Daman Lila, chastising the Kaliya serpent. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Datati Sapadantikam Vandeyaham Shri Guru Shri Juta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Nabhishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Shagana Raghunatani Tam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Shaitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Shagana Lita Shri Vishakanitam Scha Namayam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschattate Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Shri Gauru Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yesterday, we started this chapter and then we are hearing from Krishna Benu Prabhu a nice explanation about how the first part from the sloka 1 to 22. Then let me share the screen. Okay. I think you can see my screen, I guess.
Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So in the first part, they were like in the starting of Leela, basically you heard how the Kaliya coiled Krishna. Basically, he was like thinking, oh, okay, this is very similar to the Garura previously. Garura also previously attacked me, and then I coiled him, and he was like thinking something like that. He will defeat Krishna. So, but this part of the Leela where happened in the place called Kaliyataha in Vrindavan. So the Lord Kaliya was actually being chastised by Lord Krishna. So what happens actually in different yogas, these osuras or demons or or anarthas, actually in Satya Yoga it says that like anartha stays in a different planet, where like they fight from the godly persons are in one planet and the osuras in different planet. So they fight each other from different planet. But in Treta Yoga, it comes to different countries. But when it comes to Dapur Yoga, it basically comes to these asuras, it says, came to the Vrindavan to like basically in the same place. And then, but in the Kali Yuga, all the anarthas and all the are now in our heart right now. Of course, I'm talking myself because there are a lot of exalted devotees, they don't have those things. So anarthas reside in heart. So it says that the Kaliya, so in this, like we need to, before I go to the exactly the verses, the texts, I want to talk a little bit about who is Kaliya. Kali actually represents, in Acharya says that the Kali represents the brutality and the treachery. He also represents the brutal cruelty, maliciousness, pride, envy, and snake-like crookedness. He wants to pour his poison into the heart of innocent devotees or Vaishnavas. While he do this, he actually, which Krishna actually cannot tolerate. So what Krishna do? Krishna kills him to save his devotee. So now in reality, as a personality, Kaliya was in, if we talk about, Krishna actually put his lotus feet on the head of the Kaliya. So Kaliya cannot be a very simple person or just somebody, nobody, right? Because Krishna would not put his feet like lotus feet on somebody's head. So, and also not kill him. So in Garga Samhita, it says that in the Swayambhuva Manantara, there was a rishi named Vedashira. So this Vedashira rishi, I think many of you already heard this story maybe. So Vedashira rishi was doing tapasya in the Vindhyachal Parvat. So in the Vindhyachal mountain, when he was doing in his ashram, so there is another rishi called Ashwashira came there. He also wanted to do the tapasya in there. So when he wanted to do the tapasya, and he came to, and the place actually basically belongs to Mahavishnu, because the whole world is belong to Mahavishnu. So Vedashira got a little bit upset. Why he came to my place? This place is mine, and I'm doing tapasya here. And he told Ashwashira that, see, you could go anywhere else. Why you just came to my ashram? You can go a different place. So hearing those, Ashwashira got like, and after that they started like, started doing an argument. Ashwashira is saying, okay, this is the place of Lord Vishnu. Mahavishnu, why is the like problem if I do tapasya in here? You can do your tapasya and I can do my tapasya like that. So because of that, but because of argument, and sometimes we do argument, we don't realize like what is going to happen, or somebody do when they don't realize what the situation in that time. So and then the Ashwashira said like, oh, you are angry for no reason, and also you are you are hissing like a snake, so become a snake. So he gave a curse to the Vedashira. So as Vedashira got cursed, Vedashira also got upset, and he also cursed to Ashwashira. Said like, you become a crow. So who became a Kagbhushandi in the Ram Lila? And Ashwashira and the Vedashira became a snake in the Krishna Lila. And then after giving the curse, they were basically, oh no, what did we do? We cursed each other. Because basically they are saintly person. They are the rishis. And then they praise to Lord Vishnu. And so they actually pray to Lord Vishnu, please, what did we do? Please forgive us. And then Lord Mahavishnu appeared in there and then said, what happened? It's already happened. I cannot do anything. So you will, but what I can do, the Ashwashira, who will become the Kagbhushandi, you will be helping me in my Ram Lila when I will be in these earthly planets. And the Vedashira, you will be in my Krishna Lila, you will be become a snake called Kaliya. So then Vedashira, and also I will put my lotus feet on your head. So that's how Kaliya actually came to this Kalia came, his past life, he was a rishi called Vedashira. So then, and after that, actually, then let's go to in the text 23, where like before text 23, we were reading yesterday in 22, there actually all the Brajavasis came in the place where in the Yamuna, Krishna was coiled. And Srila Prabhupada in his Krishna book says that, okay, Krishna was coiled for 2 hours. And after being coiled in 2 hours, he was acting like, oh, okay, I'm already captured by you and I'm like a mortal person, I'll die. Now, like when somebody is like entangled with this, and he's doing that lila. But on the other hand, in the Brajavasisa residents of the Braja Bhumi or the Vrindavan, they were like, oh my God, no, Krishna's, because they didn't know Krishna, because Krishna very well at that time was his original form. So they were like, oh no, they're killing Krishna. They were like so upset about it. And even Jashoda Mata wanted to try to enter the water, and then as well as even Nanda Maharaj and other Brajavasis wanted to go in the water to save Krishna. But Balaram, of course, didn't allow them to stop them to go to water. And Balaram actually knew those things, knew who Krishna is and what is his power. So after seeing this whole distress in the Brajavasis, so Krishna said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I need to stop it right now. And then immediately Krishna stopped that. And then what Krishna did, Krishna in text 24, he actually slowly, you can see in the text 24, Krishna says he started expanding him a little bit. And then, of course, when he was like expanding him, Brajavasis could not see Krishna is expanding his body. Actually, Krishna was expanding his body, and his body weight he was gaining body weight in there. So that the Kaliya could not actually keep him in the coil, and also could not rise his hoods high still. So then they had to leave Krishna. He had to leave Krishna to just go. And after that, then what happened? He's just started like vomiting now blood. Previously, if you see in the Krishna Lila book, Krishna Lila Purushottam Krishna book, so or the Krishna book, then you will see that like Krishna, actually the Kaliya was doing erupting a lot of like poisons, but now rather than poison, he is like vomiting blood, because he is already done. He doesn't have any poison anymore in him. Krishna was, and then Krishna started. So that in there it says that actually then another question comes in here. So that day, like why, and also this question when I was like reading previously, when I first time reading Krishna book, I was saying that Balaram was so powerful and Krishna was also so powerful. Like say, Krishna is attacked by a demon, but why Balaram could not help him? I also was thinking. And then actually, some Acharya says that Krishna actually, this question arose to me, and then the already answer was there. So some says that like that day was the Balaram's birthday, and Balaram did not go with Krishna, and also Krishna didn't want it to take him. But some Acharya says that actually Balaram didn't do that. There's another reason, another 2 reasons. Why? What is the other reason? Balaram already knew that Krishna can defeat Kaliya very easily. He's just a material snake. And also, another reason came in there, the Balaram is the Anantashesh, right? And then if the Balaram is the Anantashesh, so their mother name is actually, his mother name is Kodru, right? Anantashesh's mother name is Kodru, because the Maharaj Kashyap Rishi had 13 wives. One of the 13 wives is Kodru, and her sister Vinata, who is the mother of Gorura. So actually, when Kodru has like many, like millions of sons, And daughters are those, like one of them is the Anantashesh. Anantashesh is the first son. And Kalia is also another son of Kotru. So he says that, Acharya says that Balaram didn't want it to go there because he didn't feel comfortable to fight with his brother. And also he says that Kodru came as a Rohini in the Krishna Lila. So basically Kalia and Ananta are brothers. So Balaram didn't want it to fight with his own brother. So that's why Balaram didn't go there to fight with Kalia. So and then after seeing this, oh, okay, that's like everybody was when everybody was so in distress. Then everybody started saying Krishna is being killed or getting killed, and then everybody was thinking like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, okay, when we see like in our normal life also, if very dearest person dies or something, and then we feel like that, oh, okay, we have nobody. Like say, I lost my father last year, and then I was like, I went to visit, and I was like feeling that, okay, my father is gone, I have nobody there. I'm just like feeling like, and I think the very similar thing happens to many of you when the dearest or some dear person like is gone. So it's the same way Bhajagasis and resident of Vrindavan are thinking actually the same way. So then, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, Sunnaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahanami. They were thinking like, dear Govinda, due to your absence or disappearance, we feel this whole world is vacant. So actually they want Lord Krishna to be with them. So which is the like highest state of Krishna consciousness? If we can think in every step of that, like, okay, if we miss Krishna in every state, whenever we don't forget about Krishna, we just feel like that. That is the highest stage in the Krishna consciousness. So again, then in text 25, there's again and again Kalia licked his lip, and then it's basically the second part is like first part was in this sloka from 23 to 32. The first part was like basically that this race and Krishna is getting out of the coil and started like fighting against Kalia, and from 20 and basically up to 26 he started like fight with, he was like fighting with Kalia. He was like, and then in text 27 to 30, he started dancing. When he like defeated or did the like Kalia Daha, or like he defeated the Kalia, all the like different planetary system, all the resident in the different planetary system, Gandharvas, Siddhas, sages, Charanas, and everybody who loves Krishna, they came forward and they started dancing now. And they were like, they are playing different kind of drums called Midangas, Panavas, and Anakas. They were like offering songs and flowers and praying. They said, Lord Krishna, you are Lord Krishna, you are yeah, our master, you defeated him. So everybody's like, devotees, when see the other devotees are happy, so they also enjoy. And also when the Lord do it, they become even more happy. So everybody was like, actually celebrating the, Kaliya Daha, or chastising the Kaliya. Actually, the Kaliya had like almost 101 prominent heads. He has like thousands of heads. Out of this, like 101 was prominent. So as he has the 101 prominent heads, so Krishna was like, dancing on them and holding one in one of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his one says like that. The Kaliya is called, the Krishna is called Darpahari. Darpahari means who has proud, like false proud. Krishna will catch him and then like say, okay, now you need to give up your false pride. You have to go down to Lord and then say, okay, no, I'm the Lord, you have to go down to me. So Krishna do that if somebody's Lord, somebody does so much pride. So after Krishna was like holding in one of his head and then like Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, and then he just smashed into the down there and say like, okay, now go down there. So like and also he was putting his feet on that one. And so this way, actually he was like letting the Kaliya to give up all the false pride from him and become humble. So after this happens, the Kaliya actually recognized Lord Krishna, who is actually he is. He was like previously thinking, this is Garuda. I can, like Garuda, how powerful can he? Actually, Krishna was 1,000 times more powerful than Garuda. It says in the Krishna book. So that's the way actually then Garuda was, the Kaliya was defeated by that Krishna, and Kaliya thought, okay, no, this is the Supreme Personality of God. It is not Garuda. In his mind, he took shelter. Obviously, he didn't took immediately his physically, but in mind, he did shelter to the Lord Krishna. When he did that one, Krishna could understand immediately, right? So as Krishna understood that immediately, and he said like, no, okay, it's fine. He did shelter. And also, and then after that, like, or the Parikshit Maharaj is now he's saying that like Lord was dancing. Some Acharya said the Lord was in a mood of Lord Shiva in that time, and he was dancing like Lord Shiva in the head of Kaliya, those 1,000 heads. And after that, as he understood, got to know the Krishna, and then he was almost fatigued, and he was like almost like, oh no, this is not, maybe he's very close to his death. And then his wives came, and then like at first wives in Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that when the wives came, actually, they were like at first thinking, okay, this is my husband is bad person, even if he is killed by Lord Krishna is fine. It's fine. He can let him be killed. But what happened? Immediately they also saw that like, oh, okay, no, he is like taking shelter to the Lord Krishna. So then they started praying to Lord Krishna. They said, no, Lord Krishna, please save him, do not like kill him. And then the next from the text 33, then we will tomorrow or like Monday we'll read about how the Nagapatnis actually did the prayers, what prayers they did. There's like magnificent prayers they did to the Lord Krishna, and they go down. They actually put their children in front of some Acharya says that like they actually put their child in front and they did Dandavat. So it says that like Dandavat is not recommended for Matajis, or like Ashtanga Pranam is not recommended for Matajis, but the Nagapatnis they did. They fell into the ground and then they prayed to the Lord, so that like they release their husband, and so that their husband can get the ultimate shelter to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And also Vishwanath Chakravarti, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his harmonist said there's a very, very famous, he wrote a very famous article on Kaliya, and there is a very famous, very important, and I felt very important, a paragraph. It says, I'm going to just read that paragraph very quickly. It's a small paragraph. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on Kaliya from the Harmonist magazine, he said the Kaliya is the type of the cunning and the malice. He is embodiment of the unrelenting cruelty. There is no place for Kaliya in the happy realm of the Braja. Deceit and the cruelty are as poison to the artless loving nature of the dangers of Braja. It is quite conceivable for the confidential friends of Krishna not to entertain any suspicion regarding the malicious intention of cruel and deceitful person whose purpose is to poison them against Krishna. They may even unwittingly fall into the counsel of such evil person, but Krishna is sure to rescue his own from the wills of his enemies. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that Je Jana Krishna Bhaja She Parachatur. So he says like, who worship Krishna, they are very clever. So in the other way, to worship Krishna, everybody has to be clever. All the devotees of Lord Krishna are very clever. But those who are not exceedingly clever can never be servant of Lord Krishna. But if somebody has become cunning, service is not available to them. So if we become very, very clever and then we take the shelter of the Lord Krishna, we can get the service of the Lord Krishna. But if we become cunning, we cannot get service of the Lord Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Ananta Guru Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Jai Gaur Shitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.